They say Panama is all about the canal, the engineering, the ships, the meeting of the two oceans. But I think Panama is really about movement, things passing through, empires, traders, cultures, and sometimes travel hats. This country carries traces of Spanish rule, American ambition, and Caribbean rhythm, yet somehow it has never lost its identity. It feels stitched together layer by layer like a beautifully woven travel hat. Which is funny because the famous Panama hat isn't even from Panama, it's made in Ecuador. Panama just became the place the world noticed it. That feels like Panama. We didn't speak much Spanish, but kindness doesn't need translation. A shopkeeper walked us halfway down the street to guide us. A stranger explained the bus system using dramatic hand gestures and great enthusiasm. The sun here doesn't simply shine, it performs. By noon, we were slowing down, and the travel hat was working overtime because Panama is also joy, carnival joy, music in the streets joy, the kind where the whole country feels like it's celebrating something. You can explore cloud forests in Boquete, islands in San Blas, or turquoise water in Bocas del Taro. But this time we stayed in the city because sometimes the best way to understand a country is to start where the world enters it. The canal moves ships, money moves through banks, stories move through people. And as for the hat, well, its journey in Panama was getting really interesting. Let's begin. Hi, I am Vatsla. Along with my husband SD, we share meaningful journeys across cultures, cuisines, and continents. We love slow, intentional travel, discovering hidden gems, local experiences, and the little moments that make each place unforgettable. So far, we have visited 23 countries and we are still adding more. For us, travel is a part of designing a joyful, curious life and a retirement filled with adventure and freedom. Go journey wise! This was day one of our journey to Panama City, and we couldn't have chosen a better place to begin. Almost everything we explored was within walking distance, and that's what makes this historic quarter so immersive. You don't just visit it, you move through layers of time, one block at a time. We started at Independence Square, officially known as Plaza de la Independencia, the symbolic heart of the old city. This is where Panama declared its independence from Colombia in 1903. Standing here, it doesn't feel like a plaza, it feels like a turning point. Dominating the square is the stunning Metropolitan Cathedral of Panama. The cathedral you see today was completed in 1796 after earlier churches were destroyed by fire and pirate attacks in the original settlements of Panama Viejo. It has witnessed colonial rule, invasions, independence, US presence, dictatorship, and democracy. And yet it stands quietly, almost humbly, in the center of it all. There's something powerful, but that contrast, turbulence in history, calm in architecture. Surrounding the square, many of the colonial era buildings have been restored and are now being developed into residences, boutique apartments, and cultural spaces. You can see the investment, the polished balconies, fresh paint, curated cafes below. It feels intentional, revived, carefully reimagined. And then there's the history layered into the buildings themselves. Right off the square is the Panama Canal Museum, housed in what was once the Grand Hotel during the French attempt to build the canal in the late 1800s. Later, it became administrative offices during the US Canal era. So even the museum building carries the imprint of foreign ambition and local transformation. We spent 2 hours inside.
So today, firstly, we are visiting the Panama Canal Museum. This used to be the office of the French and the American crews that used to be working on the Panama Canal. We paid $15 US each to enter. The museum is on 2 floors and it's a nice, cool, and air conditioned. And we will learn about the history of Panama and how the canal was built and the history of the Panama Canal. Let's go. Come on.
Did not get that. This is the Declaration of Independence, printed copy of that, which was provided on November 3, 1903. It's been loaned by the Panama History Museum to this museum, the Canal Museum that we are in.
So in 1888, the French company Universal du Panama Interoceanic issued shares in 1888 to raise the funds that they needed to dig the Panama Canal. This one is in French. It's the original share certificate issued in 1888. I think it is a denomination of 60 francs. Once the funds were raised, the share issuance was oversubscribed. They raised adequate funds. However, the company was not able to complete the Panama Canal and they probably went bankrupt and the shares lost their monetary value. It's then that the Americans came in and kept the canal. So this is one share issuance that went kaput.
They chose Panama. Apparently, there were other routes that you could choose. So the one you have pressed is in Mexico.
And this one is in Nicaragua and Costa Rica. And this one is in Panama.
Another route which was not explored. This was
Colombia and Panama.
Okay. The amount of history of Panama that is in this museum, I did not find that much detail on Google or the internet searches that I was doing. This museum is a load of information. So if you can, you should definitely come and check this out. From Independence Square, we wandered through narrow galleys, stone-paved streets, sharing the space with visitors holding maps and honking cars squeezing through impossible turns. This is the steady rhythm of everyday life here. Around almost every corner, there was another church facade, another quiet courtyard, another set of ruins, reminding us just how old this city really is. That's the beauty of walking here. You don't really need an itinerary. History simply reveals itself.
This large recessed brick arch used to support the St. Dominic's Church in the olden times, and it became it's in the middle of Casco Viejo, downtown old part of Panama City. And
So that right there is the Cafe Coca-Cola, right where three roads meet. So this was the place where Coca-Cola actually gave the rights to this vendor to sell Coca-Cola and to display the Coca-Cola signage. And this is the only place outside of USA that a Coca-Cola sign has been advertised.
Eventually, we reached Plaza Herrera, a square we found ourselves returning to again and again during our stay. There's something about this space that feels relaxed and welcoming. Lined with lovely cafes and dinner spots, it became one of our favorite pauses in the city. Morning coffee, afternoon shade, evening conversation, it worked at every hour. Overlooking the plaza is the Church of San Jose, famous for its golden altar, which, according to legend, was saved from pirate Henry Morgan by being painted black to disguise its value. Whether myth or fact, it adds yet another layer of drama to this already layered town. What I loved most here wasn't just the architecture. It was watching locals go about their day, children playing in the square, residents walking home with groceries, conversations happening on shaded benches. From there, we moved towards what's often referred to as the French area of the historic district, shaped during the period when the French first attempted to build the canal in the late 1800s. The atmosphere is different here. The streets opened up slightly, balconies felt more European in influence. There were birds everywhere, perched along railings and darting across rooftops. And then, if you looked far enough towards the water, you could see them. A quiet, almost surreal sight. A line of ships waiting patiently in the distance. Massive vessels paused in the ocean, lined up to enter the canal. Still, silent, purposeful. It was a powerful reminder that beyond these charming squares and centuries-old churches lies one of the world's most important waterways. And that is what we plan to visit tomorrow.
So this is the monument to commemorate the French company and the French people who came to build the Panama Canal, but were unsuccessful, as we know. And as I said earlier in my comment, their company, which they had formed to make the Panama Canal, went bankrupt and the shares lost all their value. So these statues are the key engineers of the French company here. Down below, they have their statues and their name. And this monument commemorates their effort to make the Panama Canal. We had a nice dinner in Old Town Casco Viejo. Now we have come for a walk around the beach area in Casco Viejo. This is the bridge. And the drumming that you can hear in the background is for the Carnival. Today, 13th of February 2026, I think is the start of a Carnival festival here. So one of the main roads in front of our Airbnb has been blocked for traffic. In front of us is the French embassy and the European Union embassy. And this, if you remember from an earlier clip in our video, is the monument to the French engineers who made an attempt to build the Panama Canal unsuccessfully. And we had to go up these stairs for a walk.
Day 2 took us to one of the most anticipated spots in Panama City, the iconic Miraflores Locks at the legendary Panama Canal. We arrived early, or at least we thought we did. The visitors' deck was already jam-packed. People leaning over railings, cameras ready, strangers striking up conversations. Everyone seemed to have a story. Today, more than 10,000 Panamanians are directly employed by the Canal Authority. This isn't just infrastructure, it's livelihood, it's identity. When we arrived, one ship had already completed its passage through the lock closest to the viewing dock. The water level had dropped, the gates had opened, and it was calmly exiting, almost casually, into the next stage of its journey towards the Atlantic. So we turned our focus to the opposite chamber, where another ship was waiting patiently to begin its crossing from the Pacific side. Soon we saw motorized tugboats begin to assemble around the massive ship. They looked tiny in comparison. The ship eased forward, guided with extraordinary precision into the lock chamber. The gates closed behind it.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we observe to our right-hand side, in the western part lane, a vessel that was already raised the first two steps here at Miraflores Locks, presently at 18 meters above sea level. Ship will be navigating across Miraflores Lake and 1 mile further north. We'll proceed into Pedro Miguel Locks to raise the last 9 meters. This is the maximum elevation point to which vessels need to be taken in order to go through the canal. So ships are practically moving over the mountains. Vessels must be lowered 3 steps back down to sea level on their way out of the canal at the opposite end.
For the larger vessels, a wider set of locks was added during the canal expansion completed in 2016. Those new locks allow much bigger ships to pass, doubling capacity and reshaping global trade routes yet again. Standing there, you realize this canal is not frozen in history, it adapts. This might be a good moment to mention that the canal works by lifting ships up to the level of Gatun Lake and then lowering them back down again on the other side, all using gravity-fed water, no pumps, just engineering brilliance from 1914 that still functions today. And yes, SD's hat was still with us at this point, safely on his head, a silent witness to global trade.
Look at the gentleman on top waving his hat.
There was this shared sense of anticipation in the air. Announcements played overhead explaining the process in both Spanish and English. We learned that the canal stretches about 82 kilometers across the country and operates through a system of 3 main lock complexes. Miraflores is one of them. On average, around 13,000 to 14,000 ships pass through each year. Transit fees, they vary dramatically depending on the size of the cargo, from tens of thousands of dollars to, in the case of a massive container ship, sometimes over 400,000 for a single crossing. It's a floating economy moving right before our eyes. As the water reached its level, the front gates opened. The ship moved forward, one chamber down, another to go, and eventually it made it safely through. But the journey-wise team couldn't stop there. Curiosity followed that ship long after we left the viewing deck. As I'm editing this film right now, that very vessel is still on its journey, currently en route to a port in Morocco. From a crowded deck in Panama to the coast of North Africa. And somehow that makes SD's hat, still intact on day 2, feel like part of something much bigger. Day 3 began the way every good travel day should, with another golden sunshine from our Airbnb window. The sky slowly shifted from soft pink to bright orange, and for a few quiet minutes, Panama City felt completely still. But in our minds, yesterday's experience at the Panama Canal was still fresh. The locks, the ships, the scale of it all. So naturally, we wanted to stay close to the water. That's how we ended up at the Amador Causeway, a scenic stretch of road built using rocks excavated during the construction of the canal. So technically, when you ride here, you're riding on canal history. And we decided to explore it on quad bike.
Oh, where are we off to, darling?
Amador Causeway on a quad bike, human powered. No breakfast. Let's see how far we can go. They say it's about 5.5 kilometers to the edge. And presumably on the right hand side, you can see the ships going through the canal.
Oh, that would be nice to see. So what's your opinion on the quad bike? Why did you get it?
We'll find out. We bought the quad bike because it has the shade. It's too hot to drive a normal bike without a shade on your head.
ST's travel hat safely stored away, we set off. There is something joyful about this stretch of road. It's open, it's breezy, it's where locals come to walk, run, picnic, and just enjoy the view. It feels active but relaxed at the same time.
The Biomuseum. So there are many places where you can stop and just admire the scenery. This is the very first stop on our quad bike trip, and that is the bridge to America.
Soon we were rewarded. A massive container ship was gliding under the iconic Bridge of the Americas, the bridge that connects North and South Americas by road. Watching the ship pass beneath it felt surreal. Just yesterday, we had seen vessels rising and lowering inside locks. Now, here one was, confidently entering the Pacific. For decades, this bridge was the only permanent road connection linking the North and the South America across the canal. Every ship entering and leaving the canal on the Pacific side must pass under this exact arch. What's fascinating is that the clearance under the bridge is about 61 meters. And that height actually determines which ships can pass through the canal. If the ship is too tall, it simply cannot make the journey. So when you see these enormous container ships sliding underneath so smoothly, it's not just luck. It's carefully engineering, navigation, and planning that keeps this global shortcut working every day.
Signs.
The causeway stretches about 6 kilometers and offers incredible views. On one side, the modern Panama City's skyline rises in glass towers. On the other, the Pacific stretches wide with ships quietly waiting their turn to enter the canal. We were happily huffing and puffing in the tropical sun. That meant plenty of fruit breaks and drink stops, because somehow mango slices taste even better when you have earned them riding in Panama heat.
Now, Milano Cortina has nothing over this Olympic sport that me and Vatsala are doing. This is Summer Olympics in Panama, quad biking.
But it is a beautiful place to ride a bike. Yeah, you have to have the muscles and the energy for it. It's a hot day, so obviously we are sweating. This is our second stop already, but it is beautiful. So we are looking for shades. We stop, we look. It's nice.
In the distance, you can see massive ships quietly lined up in the water waiting their turn to enter the expanded Panama Canal. Since the canal's expansion in 2016, these wider lanes allow enormous Neo-Panamax ships to pass through, vessels that carry thousands of containers across oceans. Watching them patiently wait their turn is a reminder that this narrow stretch of water quietly keeps global trade moving.
5-kilometer ride. We are where that man is standing on the red circle. Third stop now. We don't have the energy to do it. It's a very hot day. Science. Oh, some sort of fruit. I don't know what it is.
Eventually, hunger won and we stopped for breakfast, laughing about how athletic we thought this quad bike adventure would be. Later, we admired the scenery from the other side of the road, and it felt like a whole new view. The skyline shimmered, fishing boats bobbed in the water, and ST kept asking us to stop so he could capture another still. Stopped for breakfast at...
Okay.
Bicycle for about 3 kilometers, and now we've earned our pancakes and French toast.
Yes, that's the best part of this restaurant. They have pancakes, which I can enjoy, and eggs. Eggs, I did get eggs before, but it looks like I might get to eat. So, yay! So I think I have ordered myself a feast. I have ordered the fried bread. It has a very weird name. I definitely cannot pronounce it, but it only comes with cheese and different kinds of meat. So I have taken a chance and I've ordered it. I have tried to explain that it's only queso, which is cheese, no polo, no carne. So hopefully I will get to try the very popular breakfast item in Panama that is okay for vegetarians to have. Let's see. A family has just left that table and the birdies have attacked that table. They are feasting on sachets of sugar. This birdie, the one that threw away. Oh, and look, now this other table just left and look, they're grabbing the sachets. Look, 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 look. So interesting. The attack of the birdies. And here comes the waiter to shoo them. Okay, the birdies had to leave. That is so amazing. Food is here. And this is the mystery item that I ordered, that I wanted it with cheese. Darling, do you wanna like just cut it and see if it is just cheese? Or does this have meat?
Yeah, it's a cheese puri.
Yeah? Just cheese?
Fried bread.
Fried bread with just cheese?
Very little cheese.
Okay. The pancakes look fantastic. So does the fried bread. And that's the French toast that we ordered. We are waiting for the omelette to come in, but we are just gonna dig in.
Many of ST's photographs are part of the free ebook that we would be adding to the Panama vlog about the guide to exploring Panama your way. Were taken right here along this causeway.
Start of our Ancon Hill walk. It's about 20-minute walk and we're hoping to see a slot here. I do not know if I'm going to see it, but I'm hoping. So let's see.
Hello, how are you? Hi. Aww. Aww.
How old are they?
She is 13
Oh.
Okay.
and he is 4.
Oh,
We have 7 more.
Inside?
7 more inside?
Yes, because we're a dog hotel, but we
How many did she say? 14? 7. Bye. Yeah, it's a dog hotel.
Another view is this one.
You have to put an arrow there.
Yeah. He's sheepy right now.
The sloths apparently sleep during the daytime when it is too hot.
And so that's exactly what he's doing, but he's sleeping. And I'm so glad I did see one.
He's motionless.
Yes. So
Doesn't move.
you're not seeing the face, you're just seeing the underbelly, but there it is. I hope I see some more. But that nice lady, the pet owner lady, she pointed it to us, and we got to see the first sloth of my life and my husband's life as well. The people in front of us have spotted a sloth or a few sloths, so hopefully we are going to get lucky too. Let's see, where's the guy pointing? Where?
Oh, where'd it go? Oh, it's there.
Huh.
Right through those branches.
Oh yeah, the top there is something.
That's a sloth. I found it.
Oh yeah, I see it. Onwards to the mirador, which is the viewing point. We did spot a few sloths, and now we're still on a lookout for more. Maybe up close would be nice. So this is us. I think we are halfway through. It's an incline for sure. We are sweating. Please bring water. We do have water, but not enough. We have spotted 3 sloths so far. Yay to us. And we did meet 2 doggos. Yay to us. We do not know how further up we still need to walk, but we are obviously sweating, so
It's hot.
it's hot.
We finally reached the top of Ancon Hill, where sweeping views of Panama City opened up before us. Colorful Bio-Museum, French Quarters, the historic center, and modern financial skyline. Around us, visitors rested and enjoyed the views while the curious black vulture casually walked by the hill. And yes, ST's travel hat was still faithfully with us.
No, bandar. Baby monkey. Some kind of a pocket monkey. He's gonna try to jump there.
Oh wow!
He go in the Olympics.
Yep, that's it. So far, so we are here in the mall, Albrook Mall. So we are gonna go around and check this mall out and see if we can spend some time here. We're not here for shopping.
After the
just for
climb,
shopping
we needed
for
to
now.
cool off. So we headed to the massive Albrook Mall for lunch. It's one of the largest malls in Latin America. And one thing we couldn't help noticing were the long lineups at the banks, a reminder of how busy everyday life here really is. And that's where we'll wrap up day 3 of our Panama journey and this vlog. But don't go anywhere. Part 2 has plenty more in store. The energy of Panama Carnival, the continuing saga of ST's travel hat, and even a surprise moment where we discover a statue of Mahatma Gandhi right here in Panama. If you enjoyed traveling with us, please subscribe, like, and share your thoughts in the comments. I would really appreciate it. More of Panama is coming your way soon.